Okay, what do we have here? What do we have here? Alrighty, that's YouTube. This is going to be the other TikTok. Okay. No idea what's going on there. What's going on there? What do we have here? Instagram. Let's see if Instagram will fill. All right, this is how we do it. This is how we do it. Here we go. Okay, so what do we have here? Okay, that's going. That's going. This is going. All right, that's working. What is this? What's going on? Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. We're all sensitive people. Okay, what do we got? All right, hold on. What are we doing here? Okay. Camera, and do that, do this. Give me 1 second, just getting warmed up. That's live. Instagram. Let's see if Instagram will go live. Who knows? What happens? You have to say, in your experience, select allow on the next screen. Allow. Learn more. Lovely. Family Center Meta. What the hell does that mean? Meta.com. Yeah. No. There we go. And no, I don't want that. Cancel. Continue. Oh, real. Oh, it's not going to let. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Let's do this. There we go. Alrighty. So here, a reel. Okay. Camera. And then continue. Get another camera set up. Okay. Oh, gotta get this one started. That one. Streaming. All right. So that's streaming. That's working. That's working. Good. Allow. Okay. And reel story. Okay. Whatever. Now people can show love by leaving you a comment. Yay! Jolly good. All right. Well, let's see how this works. All right. Hold tight. We're still getting set up. Uh-oh, HD with EX. All right. Oh, wow. All these people came in, signed in, and I'm not even here to say hello. Timmy, what's happening? Timmy, Brandon, Steve Wolf. Oh, okay. What was that? I don't know what that one was. Antonio, peace and love. Good evening. Roland, Irie, Godfather Cigars. All righty. Spike Jones. Tell you what, Godfather Cigars. Send me a DM. My son loves cigars. Maybe we can do something. Who knows? Why did this stop? This shouldn't have stopped. Okay, that is, there we go. Good evening. My name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. Just had to make sure everything's working around me. That being said, what we're looking for is a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. It was a strategy I came up with back in 2008. Why isn't this thing running? Oh, I have to hold this thing down? That just ain't working. All right, here we go. Let it run. All right, we'll see how it works out. So back in 2008, my 9-year-old wanted to learn. Okay. Ugh, I don't even like that one at all. Wanted to learn. Okay, so 2008, my 9-year-old says to me, Daddy, what are you doing? Can you teach me? So my 9-year-old wants to learn how to invest in the stock market. Hey, up, down, what's happening? All right, hold on. We got a new phone down here, new camera and whatnot. Beast with me. Hey, James, how? Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Can we look at Kohl's? Yes, we can. Why isn't this one working? This one's just not freaking working. Okay. Keep on going. What? Do I have to hold it? I don't want to hold this thing. Damn it. I don't like this camera. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Anyway, we got a new phone for YouTube, so hopefully that works out better. And no, still haven't figured out how to reverse the camera. Let me see. Let me try one thing. Hold on. What is this? Oh, I don't want to play games. What the hell is that for? All right, that one's not working either. All right, heck with it. Heck with it. Let's just keep the ball rolling and we'll figure out that camera another day. That camera, too. We got 6 cameras going. That's all I really need. That being said, all right, so as I was saying, my 9-year-old wanted to learn how to invest in the stock market back in 2008. So for a 9-year-old, it had to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way for her to lose. That's the 5 criteria. 5 criteria for a 9-year-old. So I came up with 5 rules. Simple. You ready? Here they come. Number 1, never buy something you don't want to own long term. Never sell at a loss. Make sure the company's profitable. Kind of silly just saying that. Weekly options only. And number 5, make sure all the numbers work. Now, we are going to look at each and every one of those rules along with the criteria. Because remember, that's you and me, we're all over the age of 18. Okay, this strategy I'm about to give you for free was created for my 9-year-old. 9. She got it in 15 minutes. 15 minutes. It took her to understand the whole thing. Simple. Buy good company at the right time, the right trading strategy, set it, forget it, you're good to go. Basically, it's pretty simple. All right, so let's take a look at some of the questions we got. Let's say hi to some of the people coming on in. Spike Jones, Brandon, Timmy, what's going on? Tiger Dan, Pyrex, Kathy Sims, Randy Ramos, good evening. Padball, okay. Duder McDuderson. Sometimes, I like to sit back with a little cocktail, a little smoke, kick back, relax, and just think, what were people thinking when they came up with some of these names? James Spence, that's an easy one. Peachy, okay. Michael Kinsey, good evening. Philip Crovato, good evening. Anus, okay. Coin, one Tex, okay. Moving to Texas, gotta love that. In Texas, they actually have vending machines where you can get what do you call it? Ammunition. They have ammunition vending machines in Texas. Well, at least that's what I heard. I've never been there personally, but I have personally been to France. And in France, they have wine, literally wine in the vending machines on the side of the road. So you go to one of those stops on the side of the road. You head down the highway and you get the truck stop, car stop, you get some gas, you get some food, whatnot. They have vending machines with wine in it and cheese and mustard. Wine, cheese, and mustard in vending machines in France. Okay. Now I was there, so I can actually say, yeah, I got stuff out of the vending machine. Eddie Money, how are you tonight? Christopher, Paul Lee Brand, good evening. Equipped Service, Mike Sweeney, back again. Red Dog, Pallet Guy, Dennis, John McWhorter, good evening, good evening. Greg Butler, good evening. Spiritual Rewrite, good evening. Eric, good evening. Greg Lundstrom. Eric wants to take a look at BX. BX, that's Baxter, isn't it? BX. Wasn't that, wait. Someone was before you, and that was Kohl's. Why are we looking at Kohl's? Seriously, we looked at it last week. We saw what it did last week. So what's the purpose of looking at it this week? Think about it. Okay, you buy low, you sell high. Now it's at the high of the year. It's never been this high all year long. So why the hell are we looking at it? There's no opportunity here, not at least not for what I'm doing. Because I'm doing covered calls as a stock is going up, not when it's at the top. At the top usually means something's going to happen and it's going to drop. Okay, it's not the game I want to play. Because I want to play when everybody's in the same sandbox, all doing the same rain dance, so to speak. Let's keep on going. William. So Eric, we'll take a look at BAX, BAX. Is that, wait a minute, Blackstone? Why the hell are we looking at Blackstone? Okay, it looks good. Look at the numbers. Look at the chart. Anytime I look at the chart, I'm looking for 5 things. And these 5 things should take anywhere between 3 and 4 seconds. Are you ready? Here they come. Number 1, the high of the year. There it is right there. Number 2, the low of the year. Number 3, where was it a year ago? Number 4, where is it now? This is Friday's number right there. And number 5, what is the overall direction? Quickly, don't have to do it all. Down, up, down, up. Simplified, simple, quick, right to the point. It was created for a 9-year-old. Don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. A year ago, we're here. 6 months ago, we're here. 3 months ago, we're here. Now we're here, and she's turning up. There you go, right there. 146.42. So it looks good. So what I'm going to be looking for is this week's, which is 5 December. Believe it or not, whether you like it or not, 5 December. We are officially into December tomorrow. Tomorrow is December 1st, the first week of the 4th month. Oh, wait a minute. Back up. First week of the 3rd month of the 4th quarter. Okay, you got that? Also known as week number 47 or 48, one of those. There's 52 weeks of the year. I think it's week 48. I think we're in week number 48 for the year. So let's see what else we got. So we're looking at Blackstone, BX. Okay, so here's our last 90 days. Coming down, here it is. Dropping, back up. Doesn't have enough room to keep on going because the high of the year is almost at 200. Well, 90 days ago, we're at 190. She drops like a rock. Now she's retracing. Now there is no way on God's green earth is it going to go from here up to there without any corrections whatsoever. Pullbacks, profit taking, whatever you want to call it. Let's zoom in a little closer, see exactly what we're looking at. Now, today's the 30th. Tomorrow is the 1st. So we want to go to November 1st. Right there. There we go. Here's the last 30 days. Okay, this is what it looks like. Okay, the high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look, it's down, up, down, up. Great. The high's here. We are here. Now, is there more space right there to move? 1 more percent? Well, 1% on a $149 stock is only $1.50. That's it. How much is $1.50? Well, we're at 146. $1.50 will take us to 148. It's still below the 30-day high. If, and always if you like this company. Do you like it? Baxter. What does it look like? Well, let's take a look. The 146s, okay, remember, I'm doing covered calls. I buy the stock, I turn around and immediately sell it to someone else using a covered call strategy, which means I'm collecting a premium within seconds of buying the stock. Because I don't want to own anything. Think about it. I don't want to own anything. I just want the income. Okay, there's over 300 different companies that I like, and I can't buy all of them. So what I do is I throw them into a Rolodex. If you don't know what a Rolodex is, you can look it up. Revolving door, merry-go-round, round and round, round she goes. Where we jump on, nobody knows. It's the same thing with the stock market. Stocks go down, they go up, they go down, they go up, they go down, they go up, they go down, they go up. That's all they do. If we time it right, no, that doesn't mean you have to look at it every single day. I look at one day at a time. Okay, this was Friday, this was Thursday, Wednesday. Wait a minute. This is Friday, this is Wednesday, this is Tuesday, that's Monday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. One day at a time. What does it do? Where does it look like it's going? Well, it looks like it's going up. It is going up, but is it going to continue at least for 5 more days? That's all I'm asking. I want to jump in first thing tomorrow morning, and I want to be out by Friday or sooner, one or the other. Really don't care. I'm looking for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Whether I get it through stock appreciation, option premium, or dividends. I really don't care where it comes from as long as it's simple, it's safe, it's predictable, and it's consistent. That's what I'm looking for. I'm 61. I'm going to be 62 in a couple of weeks. I'm not thrilled about it. Okay? Seriously, I'm not. Because, you get to the point in life, it's like you want to do stuff, but your body says, oh, hell no. 20 years ago, maybe, but not today, brother. Yep, had that problem this morning. I was out playing soccer this morning with the guys, and I had an opportunity. The ball's there. and the legs just wouldn't move as fast as they used to, and I just tumbled over. Anyway, it is what it is. Okay, getting old is no fun. All right, so this is where we are. Let's take this one as the first one for the night. BX, if you like Blackstone. We're going to do the 146s just to give you an idea how it works. The 146 is right there. All right, now I only want to do one. That way you get a good idea what they look like, what they sound like, how it should flow, those kind of things. And if you're new here and you don't know already, okay, what you're seeing either on your phone, your laptop, or your desktop, whatever you're on, the screen behind me, this screen here, this screen here behind me is live on YouTube as we speak. So if you can't see these tiny little numbers, okay, on your phone or on your iPad or whatever you're watching on, it is live on YouTube. The links are in the bio. If you can't find them, I'll do my best to do a better job. I try. Okay, this is a hobby. This is not a profession. This is just, for the fun of it. Just sharing knowledge. That's all. So let's read out the order, see what it sounds like. Is it going to be profitable? Is it something we like? Here we go. Buy one, covered call BX. 5 December 25. That means this option is going to expire this coming Friday. Now, I don't buy options. I sell options. 80% of all options expire worthless. So I do not want to be a buyer. I want to be a seller because I want to sell them and collect premiums. And if premiums more than 1% week after week after week, well, that's more than 50% for the year. And I can live very comfortably with that. Let's see how that works. I'm not used to talking so much. My voice is sounding horrible from all this interaction. All right, so 5 December 25, that means the option is going to expire this coming Friday. 146 call option against the BX stock at the market. That's Blackstone, if you like the company. Okay, so here's the profit, $201 for one contract. Well, one contract's going to be 14 grand. Well, think of it this way. I don't think of buying stocks. I'm creating what I like to call weekly cash producing assets. I think I'll write a book about that. Weekly cash producing assets. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way to lose if you do it right. Who do we have here? Madeline, good evening. Documators, check out our animated series. No, sorry, dude, it has nothing to do with stocks. Unless it has something to do with stocks, no desire to look at it. Sorry. All right, that being said, let's move on. To find out how much this is going to be as a profit, we take the profit, which is 201. All right, clear that. Which is 201. Right, 201. And then we divide it by the cost of the trade. Right here, see, max profit, 201. Cost of trade, including commissions and fees. I can't catch it. There it is. There it is. Right there. Okay. 14,399. Well, let's find out what kind of rate of return that is. Now, remember, I'm looking for 1%. So if it's going to cost me 14,399, what return is that? 1.39. That's like 1.4%. I like that. I can deal with it. Let's save it. Let's save it right there. And there we go. This will be the first one for this week. Let's, I'm kind of curious. Should we or shouldn't we follow up on the stocks from last week? Okay, these are the stocks from last week. Yep, just 4 days. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, there was nothing on Friday. Okay, So those are the ones from last week. Should we save them or should we get rid of them? All right, let's go. Whoops. There it is. All right. Whoops. All right, here we go. Bum, ba, 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 ba. Here we go. Gotta love it. Baxter, BX, not Blackstone. Why do I keep calling Blackstone? It's Black. Okay, anyway, Blackstone. 5 December. That's this coming Friday. The 146 call option. Here's the profit. Here's the investment. Now, the question you got to ask yourself is, do you like this company? Is this company something you want to put your money into? It's a good question. Well, let's just save it at, what did we call it? 1.4. There you go. All righty. 1.4. 1.4. That's okay. Now, if I'm getting 1% every single week, that's over 50% per year. Well, that works for me. Okay, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. Let's get back to this. And let's find something else. Ooh, John. Chris Wilson, how you doing? Fuzzle. Fuzzle, interesting name. Will Kev Weston. All right, Will. John wants to look at Lockheed Martin. Eric, how are you today? Foo-foo, good evening. Coin 1TX. Anas, good evening. Supersonic Toad. I'd like to know what you were thinking on that one. Stefan, how are you? US Admin. Not quite sure that sounds good or not, but US Admin doesn't sound good. Sport Lefty. Not quite sure what that means. Chino Cucino. Okay, good evening. Traveler, how are you doing? Hi, Wahab. Okay. Christopher, good evening. Mutant Mayhem. David Level, how you doing? Riley, good evening, sir. Seagull, good evening. Gabrielle, good evening. Portgas, okay. Whippersnapper. M7 Laws. Mario Chiang, good evening. Konnichiwa. Niculator, okay. Home Depot with an EX dividend on the 4th. Ooh. Let's take a look at that one. Okay, John was first. We're going to take a look at Lockheed Martin first. Some members have again inactive. Okay, blah, 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 whatever. Ooh, holy cow. All right, so what are we? Hey, Alex is in the house. Way to go, Alex. All right, so Johnny Boy wants to take a look at Lockheed Martin, LMT. LMT. Hey, I forgot to ask you guys down here, how are we doing with the new camera? Is it working better this time? What's your opinion on fireworks? Personal question. I could care less about fireworks. Hey, all. Up, down, way to go. Hey, sir, help me. My father has, and my mother is very sick. I want to study, but I don't have my, okay, all righty. Up, down, hey, Beast, what's up? Sounds good tonight. Good. What is, what's your net worth? Interesting question. Yeah, it was good. I'm thinking Kohl's. Yeah, see, Kohl's, don't get me wrong. Kohl's, it had a nice run. It did. Okay, it jumped up really big last week. So what are we going to do? Chase it? I'm not going to chase it. I made my profit. Make my profit, done, over with, and have a lovely day. That's what I got to say to that one. Okay, let's keep on going. James, check to see if your camera is mirrored. Yep. See, there's hypothetically, all right, let's try this one. This is a new one. Let's see if this one works. Did it help? Didn't help a bit. I went to the settings, mirrored the front camera, didn't work at all. Sorry, guys. All right, you got that one. What's your thought on BE? Never heard of BE. Hello, it's Kevin. Hey, Kevin, what's going on? Right, hold tight. Adam, do you pay taxes on dividends that automatically get reinvested? Sit tight for a second, Kevin, we're going to come to that question. I'm going to go back to the question. Hey, was that Hollywood? It is. Hollywood's in the house. Hold on. I got to go back to the questions before I get lost. Where are they? Holy cow. Simone, what's happening? Good evening. All right, there it is right there. Niculator wants to take a look at. Wait a minute. Niculator, we're going to get to Home Depot in a second. Right now, we're looking at Lockheed Martin. Let's check it out. Here we go. First thing I want to see, the high of the year, the low of the year. Where was it a year ago? Where is it now? Look at the motion. Gotta love it. 457. The 457's right there. 310. No. 310 is not 1% of 457. Sorry. Don't get me wrong. I like Lockheed Martin. I do. But there are 10,000. Look, you know what? Check this out. We're going to check right now. We're going to go over to see exactly how many new stocks have they added. For that, we look up under FinViz. There it is right there, FinViz. Okay, we're going to go check and see. Seeking Alpha. I don't want that one. FinViz right there. There it is. We're going to go check and see exactly how many stocks are there this week. Because the number changes every week. Nope. I don't want that. And here we go. Oh, there it is. More stocks were added. Check it out. 10,684. 10,684. I'm gonna forget that number. I really am. Oh, wait a second. 684. Let's do this. 10,864. 684. All right. All righty. 10,684 stocks. Yeah. All right, let's change this back. That works. All right, so now we know there's 10,684 stocks this week. And we can do any one we want. So let's figure it out. Which ones are we going to do? So let's get out of this. I don't need that anymore. That's out. Here we go. All right. Lockheed Martin's out of the question this week. The number's just not good enough. Sorry. So Niculator wants to take a look at Home Depot. Here we go, Home Depot. Let's see how quick you can do this. Ready? Oh, come on. There it is. The high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Ooh, that looks interesting. 356. 355 is going for 410. That works. Home Depot worked. Well, at least it looks like it's going to work. Let's check it out. Now, we do have the dividend coming up this week. So let's see what it looks like. The high of the year. Let's get the glasses out. We're going to need this. You ready? Here we go. Yo. All right. So the high of the year back in the beginning of December last year, 436. Now we find the bottom the second week of April, TDS day, if anybody knows what that one is. 325.81. Shoots back up, 426, back down. Look at the last 90 days. This is the last 3 months. Okay? She drops, retrace, drops, retrace. This is what we want to see right there, the last 30 days. Now, the reason I like the last 30 days gives me a good idea of where the stock is going next. Here we go. This is the last 30 days. Okay? The high, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Whoops. Down, up. Here we are right here. Here's the low. Here's the high. Look at all that space we got to go. 356. Yeah, buddy. That's what I'm saying. So, the 357s. No. The 355s. No. See, if I do the 355s, okay, I'll be losing $1.50. You take $1.50 off of that. Now we're down to 390, 383. No, that's not one. Wait a minute. You take $1 off, it's 310. take 50 cents off, it's 260. So I'm walking over 260 here. Oh, hell no. What's going on there? Not quite 1%. Damn. And I liked Home Depot too. Damn it. All right, so what do we have down here? Tell what to invest in. Barry, how do you do? You care about NVIDIA? Oh, hell no. Well, up the Irish. Okay, so Barry, the reason why I don't like NVIDIA, number one, the dividends are absolutely horrible. The stock is what, 180 bucks a share? Hold on. NVDA. NVDA. Okay, here you go, Barry. Check this out. 210.90. Okay, she's at 140. She drops to 90, jumps up to 210. Now we're at 177. But guess what, Barry? The dividend is still only 1 penny. Book value is still only $4 a share. Okay, revenue is still $6 per share. No, the numbers are absolutely horrible. Hey, Delkin Sweeney. Well, up the Irish. Hola, James. Are you doing the 52-week review at the end of the month? Maybe. Could be a good idea. IRA. What about SMR? New scale. SMR. SMR. Uh-oh. I think this is the one I'm in. Oh, yeah. SMR. Hell no. Take a look. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Down, up, down, up, down. What's going on here? Perfect place to jump in if you like this company. Well, let's take a look at the last. All right, hold on. What about, okay, this stream is sponsored by the word of tanks. Who came up with that one? James, if you go in the settings and then to the apps and open your camera, make sure that the button for selfies as previewed is not on. Oh, I didn't check. Nobody told me that one. Hold tight. About that, guys. It wasn't on there. You sound, oh, wow. All right, you blind? Yes, I am blind in one eye. Hello, James. All right, hold on. If you go to settings, then to apps and open your camera, make sure the button for selfies. All right, so thank you for that little tidbit of advice, but apparently my camera doesn't have anything to do with selfies. And I did reverse the camera, the front camera, so it's not working. All right, so let's get back to where we were. SMR. Here we go. Let's figure this thing out. All right, we have a high of the year of 57.52, and that was in October. We get the bottom on the second week of April, like everything else, 11.29. A year ago, we're at 30.16. Okay? I love 30.16. She drops, shoots back up, drops again. Now, I'm into this thing in the 40s. Okay, so I have SMR in the 40s, right in here. Now it's down to there. I lost them. And I didn't lose anything. Okay, it's just the value is down. Okay, you never lose until you agree to sell for less. Now, I'm into this thing in 40 something. Okay, right up here. Now we're way down here in the 20s. So what are my options? Well, my options are dollar cost average, number one. Okay, dollar cost average. If you can afford to do so. If you can't, just push it out further. Now, I'm into it at 40s, so I'm not going to sell a 40 because there's no value to it. I'm also not going to sell one at 21, 22, 20. I'll probably do a 24 or 25 because right now we're at 1945. So maybe a 22 might be a good idea. Okay? A 22 is paying 25 cents a share. Now, I'm originally into this thing in 40. So for me, 40 cents per share would be 1%. 25 cents per share, well, that's a little over like 5.5% or 6%. No, wait a minute. No, because it's not a full 1%. It's a little bit more than 0.5%. But I'm okay with that because 0.5% every week is still 26% by the end of the year. It is what it is, you know? All right. So not everything goes up all the time. We love the Irish Republic Association. Yeah. Okay, so who did that one? Up, down, trader. Yeah, I did that. It didn't seem to work. Hello, James. What about Salesforce? You got to give me the ticker symbol. Am I blind? Yes, I am in one eye, but thank you for that. Always like to be reminded. All right, Commander, good evening. You sound okay. Free Plainest. Okay. Welcome to the live chat. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Go to camera. Yep. Settings. Once you're there, the camera app. Yep. Already went there. Already did that. What do you think of Kraken Robotics? You got to give me the ticker symbol, brother. I've never heard of that at all. Cliffs. Yeah, no. May I ask if you hold a physical asset such as gold and silver? Now, to be 100% honest with you, I do have some gold and I do have some silver. Not enough for any, anything substantial. Okay. And no, I did not buy it as an investment. Okay. It just so happened to have some gold, some silver coins, and a few gold coins. A few. When I say a few, I'm saying less than 20. That's not a lot. Okay. And no, I don't think gold or silver is an investment. It is a place to store your wealth. And there's a big difference between storing your wealth and investing. Okay, so when I invest, I get a rate of return for my investment. Gold and silver, they collect dust. Don't get me wrong, they do go up in value, or does everything else go down in value? I don't know, it depends on how you look at it. But no, I don't own a lot of gold and silver. But I've never seen anyone who has gold and silver bring in weekly cash flow from that gold or silver. So no. Riley, BBWI, cool beans. We'll take a look at that in a minute. What else do we have over here? Oh, all right. Is that AFRM? Is that a firm? AFRM. Oh, wait a second. We're still looking at SMR. Hold tight. Hold tight. Let's not jump the gun. Let's take a look at this. Now, like I said, I did buy some about a month ago, right here in the $40 area when this was going up. Right, that little area. Let's zoom into that so you get a better view. Okay. Now, we were looking at it. She shot up. Here's the top, right down there, right there. Right there is where I jumped in. The bottom, right there. 2 days to the upside. On the third day, I jumped in. So I'm into this thing at 40 something. Now it's down here in the 20s. Am I panicking? I lost 50% on paper. But did I actually lose anything? No. You don't ever lose money until you consciously agree to sell it for less than what you paid for it. Yeah, so what? I paid 40 something bucks for it. Now it's down here in the 20s. Do I care? Not really. Because this week I'll probably gonna end up selling the 25s because it's at 20 now. Okay, I'm not going to sell down here. I'm going to sell the 20s, 25s, probably the 22s, which is probably right there, and pick up 25 cents per share. Fine, I'm bringing in something, but I'm going to keep my eye on it and make sure what it does. All right, so that being said, what else do we have down here? All right, so let's do one for SMR. Why not? The 20s are going for 80 cents a share. That's 4%. Nice. Covered call. The 1950s. There it is. Just one of these at the market. Here we go. Buy one covered call SMR 100. That's the weeklies. 5 December, like I said, that's this coming Friday. It means this option is going to expire this coming Friday. The 5 December 1950 call SMR at the market to open to open. Nope, didn't repeat myself, and I didn't stutter. To open basically means we have 2 trades that we're doing. We're buying the stock, we're selling the option. That's what a covered call is. Buy the stock, sell the option. Just give somebody the right to buy it from me for the same price I just paid for it. That kind of makes no sense at all if you think about it. If I buy it for $100 and I sell it to someone else for $100, what's the point? The point is to collect this right here, the premium. The premium is more or less, well, I'm trying to think of a pleasant way of calling it. It's just giving somebody the right to buy it from me at a certain price by a certain date. That's all that means. So if I buy it tomorrow morning, first thing tomorrow morning, I turn around and I sell it to someone else at a certain price by a certain date. Why isn't that phone charging? That's not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. This one's not working, so to you, let's go plug it in here. There we go. That's better. Ooh. All right. So that being said, let's check out the numbers. Okay, maximum profit, 131. Cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, 18.19. I'm kind of curious what this one comes out at. It should be relatively decent. Okay, 18. Nope. 131. 50. 131.50 is the profit. 18,000. Whoa. 7%. When's the last time? Manad. Omad. What is that? Manad. What should I put 20,000 in? Hey, State Effer. How are you doing today? Let's get back to where we were because I don't want to skip all these questions. We'll get to them. I'm going to sit down as soon as I do this one and take up some of these questions. All right. Where are we? Right there. All right. Okay. What's my thoughts on SWFTC? I have no idea what the hell that is. But let's finish up with this one. 7.2%. Hell yeah, we're gonna keep this one. %. Holy cow. I haven't seen a 7%. I think that's probably the highest one we've seen so far. And no, it's not a tip. It's not advice. It's an observation is what it is. All right, here it is. SMR, 5 December. That's this coming Friday. The $19.50 call option against the stock at the market. 130, is the profit. 1,800 is the investment. That's a 7% return for 1 week. All right, let's get rid of this. $7.2. All right, what's next? What's next? All right, let's get rid of this one. Let's get rid of that. Let's go back to here. Let's go to here. And what do we have next? Affirm. So up, down. May I ask if you, I already asked that question. Affirm, AFRM. Why are we looking at Affirm? $70.95. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where, look at the motion. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, fine. 71 is going for 234. That's over 3%. If you like Affirm. Now, I have no idea what they do, and no, they're not on my list. So let's check it out. Here's the high of the year, 101. The bottom of the year in April, 30.59. A year ago, we're at 69.83. All right. Hold on. Explain to me this. Okay, a year ago, 69.83. Well, now we're at 70.95. What did we make? $2 in 1 year? Think about it. A year ago, we're right here. Now, a year later, we're still in the exact same spot. What the hell's going on there? Think about it. Okay, I bought it here. Now we're here. I made absolutely nothing for the whole year for those who buy and sell. Now, maybe you would collect a dividend on it. Now, for the fun of it, let's see what the kind of dividend this company offers. AFRM. All right, let's check it out. Now, I love Yahoo Finance. If you're going to invest in anything, you need some access to financial information. All right, so Affirm Holdings. Here it is, Affirm Holdings. Dividends. Oh, check that out. There are no dividends at this time period. So why are we looking at these? Who came up with this one? Up, down trader. Come on, dude. You've been here long enough. You know that. Gowl. Gowl. What the hell is that? Gowl. Gowl. Let's find out. What is it? What is it? It's nothing. It doesn't pop up at all. No. We'll just give that a hell no. Hell no. All right. That being said, all right. what's your thoughts on SWFTC? I should say, what the hell is that? Because I have no idea what the hell that is. FWTC. Is that right? SFWTC. No. SWFTC. Okay. SWFTC. That's nothing. SWFTC. SWFTC. It's nothing there, dude. Swift Coin Army. Yeah, sorry. Simone, my thoughts on Harley Davidson. Ooh, I have some Harley Davidson. I do. Check it out. Gotta love it. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Down, up, down, up. Awesome. $24.49. You can't get any closer to $24.50. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. An American icon. It is actually what? Why are we down, good sir? Redneck guy, I have no idea what you mean by that. Why are we down? I have no idea what that means. Markets are tanking Monday. Thank you, Eric. Way to cheer me up. YouTube working good tonight. Yay! Cool Hand Luke. What we have here is a failure to communicate. I love that movie, Cool Hand Luke. All right, so American icon, Harley Davidson, HOG. Company's been in business for over 100 years. Check out the last year. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up, down, up. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so let's do it. Let's do it. 2450. Harley Davidson. There we go. One contract coming up. And here's what it should sound like. Buy one covered call, HOG, Harley Davidson, 5 December 25. That's this coming Friday. 24.5. Look at this. 24.36 is the current price. Okay, we're going to sell the 24.50, which is what, 14 cents away? Think about it. 14 cents. That's not that bad. My profit, $61. My investment, $2,300. Let's check out the numbers. Check out the numbers. 61. Okay, let's clear that one. Try it one more time. 61.50 divided by the investment, 23.89, grand total of 2.57. Well, I like 2.57. 2.57 is almost as good as 2, but just a little bit better. You know, think about it. 1% per week is over 50% per year. 2% per week is well over 100% per year, if you think about it. Are you okay with doubling your money every year? I don't know. 2.57. And here it is. There she is. Check it out. Harley Davidson, 5 December, 24.5. The current price, 24.23. It's 61 is the profit. 2400 is my investment. That's 2.57%. If you like Harley Davidson. Well, I do like Harley Davidson. And yes, I do have some. And no, it is not a tip. It's not advice. It's an observation. Somebody asked me about it. Actually, it was Simone. Simone actually, what about Harley Davidson? Here it is. All the numbers look good. I like Harley Davidson. $2.5%. There we go. Harley Davidson. Gotta like it. All right, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. And what? Let's come up with some questions. Let's bust up the old seat. Get comfortable. Let's answer some questions. Please look at BE for me and give me your opinion. I bought 1,000 shares at 3. Gary, why the hell did you buy that? Hold tight for a second. All right, where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Lockheed Martin, we look at that work. YouTube working good, good. From all the dividends you collect. Okay, Cool Hand Luke, I have no idea what that means. From all the dividends you collecting. Okay. Hey, how you protect your profits when you sell a calls or puts? I try not to do anything stupid. I mean, the question was, how do you protect your profits when you sell a call or a put? I try not to do anything stupid. I don't know how else to answer that question. Markets are tanking Monday. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate that. L.A. Lee, good evening. Redneck Guy, why are we down, good sir? I don't know about you, but I'm doing rather well. Sorry. Gary O, please look at BE for me and give me your thoughts. I bought 1,000 shares at 3. I have no idea why you're asking me for advice. I don't know, Jack Diddley Scott. You bought at what? You bought 1,000 shares at 3, and now it's at 109. Well, Gary, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it ain't a profit until you take it. Sorry. It's actually that simple. Okay, nobody ever went broke. Nobody ever went broke taking profits, and it's not a profit or a loss until you agree to take it. You bought it at 3. Good for you. Okay, now it's at 109. Wouldn't you still be losing regardless because it still dropped? No. Brian, remember, okay, I'm assuming you're talking about the stocks that I bought at 40. Now it's down at 20. Well, I don't lose until I agree to sell it for less than what I paid for it. Now, I may not be getting a full 1% every single week since I bought it, but I am collecting something. Now, you got to remember, before you came here and learned that you can make profits on a weekly basis with the dividend stock, before you came here and figured that one out, most people just are happy to get the dividend once every 90 days and just hold it for the year. So I'm thinking, it's down. Okay, fine. Okay, I'm not losing anything, but I am gaining something. All right. All right, let's keep on going. Sean, SoFi. I don't think SoFi has dividends, does it? Let's find out. SoFi, SOFI. Back to Yahoo Finance. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, yeah. Oh, check it out. SoFi Technologies. SoFi. There are no dividends. So why would you come to a dividend investing channel and ask about a stock that does not have dividends, Sean? Just curious. Zoe's World, what's going on? BP, what's going on? No crypto. Gotta love that one. Nadia, BP. What is Nadia? NADA, DIA. Nadia. Oh, BP wants to take a look at Uber. Wait a minute, dude. Didn't we look at Uber last week and we've decided Uber? UBER. Uber has no dividends. So why are we looking at Uber? Okay. There are no dividends. Uh-oh. Piece of the puzzle. Am I human? I don't know. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm a potato chip. Who knows? Congrats. Thank you, BP. Ben, what's happening? Gabriel. I know. High of the year. Yeah, so then, Gabriel, why would we want to look at it? Kevin. Kevin wants to take a look at Macy's. Macy's is one of my favorites. Oh, come on, dude. This is the same thing we have with Kohl's. Look at this. The high of the year. Yeah, no, thank you. Okay, Asif. SCHW. What the hell is that? SCHW. Charles Schwab. Oh, imagine that. Let's take a look. Here we go for Chucky. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Down, up, sideways, down, up. Okay. We're at 93. The 93 is paying 1%. Great. If you like Charles Schwab. Let's take a look at this. All righty. A year ago, 82.66. We bottomed out first week of April. TDS day. No, right, DTS. No, TDS. All right, TDS. 65.96. That was the beginning of April. We topped out at the end of July at 99.51. Well, we're sitting at 92. Look at your last couple of months. Not a whole heck of a lot's really happening there. Here's your last 30 days. Check that out. Down, up, down, up. Tops here, bottoms here. We're here. Look at all that space. All that room to run. Now, with that much space between here and here, we got at least 2 or 3 weeks for this thing. Well, let's check it out. Okay. So, right now, 92.73. So the 93s. All right, let's do this. Let's get out of here. Let's change this. Covered stock, 93s right there. Back to 1, just 1. There it is. Here we go. At the market, and there it is. There it is. And here we go. By 1 covered call, SCHW, that's Chucky. 10 December. Sorry. 5 December 2025. That's this coming Friday. The 93 call option. Look, we're at 92.24. But we're going to do the 93s. And it's paying 180. The investment's 9,000. That don't look that good. Let's find out. 180.50 divided by 9,120. Grand total of almost 2%. Check that one out. I can go for 2%. 2% is actually 1.97. Come on, 1.97. Give me that little one. That last tiny bit. All right. There it is. Chucky, Chucky, Chucky. There it is. SCHW, 5 December, 93 call. 180 is the profit. 9,000 is the investment. That's 1.97%. Now, 1% a week is 50% a year. If you like Charles Schwab, what? I'm okay with it. Huh. You know, I hate it when it does this. Finicky. Finicky, finicky, finicky. Search all canvases. As if I really know what the heck's going on with this thing. They make it sound like I know what I'm doing, which apparently I don't. Nope. All right. And what did we say it was? 1.9? No. 1.9. All right. Next. What do we have next? All right, let's get comfortable. Comfortable, comfortable, comfortable. All right, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. All right, what are we next? Macy's, we look at that one. Oh, Asif wants to take a look at COP, which is ConocoPhillips. COP. ConocoPhillips. Interesting. 89. The 89s are going for 107. Nice. Well. Oh, shit, that hurt. Oh, wow. Getting old's no fun. I'll tell you that much. All right, so here we are. ConocoPhillips. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Down, up, down, up. 88.69. The 89s go for 101. If you like ConocoPhillips, let's take a look. All right, let's take a gander. ConocoPhillips. High of the year was a year ago, 108. And then, second week of April, TDS, 79.80. Goes from 108 to 79. Okay. Shoots up, pulls back. Look at the last 90 days. Okay. The high, the low. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 bottoms right there. Nice. And look at this. Here's the bottom. 1, 2, 2 days to the upside. So if this thing is above 88.69 tomorrow, that'll be a good indicator for me to jump in. And I haven't been writing these things down. Wow. All right. So last 30 days. Okay. Down, up. Down, up. You got the top here, 91.88. You got the bottom right here, 85.58. Now she's bouncing, hitting at 88.69. All right, fine. 88.69. Here we go. And covered call, the 89s right there. All righty, just one contract right there, and right there. Here we go. Let's check this out. Buy one covered call, COP, which is ConocoPhillips. 100, that's the weeklies. 5 December, that's this coming Friday. The 89 call, there we go. 151 is the profit. Here's the investment. 87.49. Well, what rate of return is that? Is that a good one or is that not a good one? What the hell is that? Ooh, that's in Moscow, Red Square. I've been there. We got a picture puzzle. Okay, so ConocoPhillips. What numbers did we didn't even do the numbers yet. Here we go. 151 divided by 87.49. Grand total of 1.7. Why the hell not? 1.7. If, of course, you like ConocoPhillips. All right, here we go. All right, so that being said, do you like ConocoPhillips? All right, see, number one question should always be, does it make sense? That's number one. Number two should be, do I like this company? Okay. Number three should be something like, am I okay with buying this, holding on to it, never selling for a loss, doing all those, oh, wow, I got those things over there. All right, what do we have here? Okay, so we have ConocoPhillips, 5 December, 89 call. 151 is the profit, 8,700 is the investment. How the hell did I, ooh, that's how I did that one. Huh. Well, that didn't work out very well, did it? Let's try this one more time. Come on. 1.7. Well, we're having a little bit of issues now, aren't we? So while this is being fickle, while it's being fickle. And what did we say this one was? 1.7. 1.7. Let's get back to where we were. Alrighty, alrighty. NVDY. I have no idea what that is. Let's take a look at some more of these questions we got here. All right, AI, Kevin, and we already looked at that one. Kevin just got, thank you, Kevin. Gabriel, wow, which one on the screen was 7.2? Gabriel, we'll get back to that in a minute or two. DraftKings, no dividends. Sorry, dude. The Bit2, how are you doing? Deadwood Fire. Suggest me some long-term dividend stocks. Okay, you ready? Deadwood Fire, Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, and anything on Warren Buffett's list. There you go. Now, my idea of long term is 30 days. Don't know about you. Gabriel Miranda. Okay, got that one. Deadwood did that. Don't. Chuchino. Okay, Deadwood, do me a favor, please. Only ask the question once. I try to get to all of them. Auntie 18. What resource do you suggest when learning to read the chart with and candles? Okay, Aunt 18. Let me give you a quick lesson on the candles. Quick. I mean, that's what we're here for. We're here to learn, ask questions, and figure out from there, okay? Now, Auntie 18, the only thing you really need to know about the candles is there's 5 numbers you got to think of. 5 numbers when you're looking at the candles. You ready? The candle itself has a wick on the top, a wick on the bottom. Okay, you have the body, which is a top, a bottom, and the sides. Hey, don't really worry about the sides. It's not that big a deal. But the 5 numbers that you're looking for when you're looking at a candle, okay? The top of the wick is the high of the day. The bottom of the wick is the low of the day. Okay, now on a green candle, that's an up day. Red candle is a down day. Let me explain. On a green candle, the bottom horizontal line is the opening price of the day. Hold on a second. Here we go. Okay, high of the day, low of the day. On the green candle, opening price. Red candle, opening price. Green candle, closing price. Red candle, closing price. So a green day is an up day. Opens here, closes here. Here's the high, here's the low. On a red day or a down day, the high is here, low is here, the opening is here, and the close is there. Okay? High, low, open, close. High, low, open, close. Now, I said there were 5 numbers. I think there's actually 6. 6 numbers. High, low, open, close. The distance between here and here is called the range. That's this number right there. Okay, R315. So wherever you have your cursor, okay, right here, see, right there, the range of the day, 195. Okay, from here to here, 195. This one, range 315. So from here to here is 315. That's the range. Okay? The 6th number you're looking for, volume. Okay? So when you're reading a candle, it's open, high, low, close, range, and volume. That's it. And when you're reading the candles, it's like, here's the high, here's the low. That's the chart right there. The high, the low. It went up, now it went down. Now, if you don't like those candles at 18, you can change it. Now, these are bar charts. Okay, now what a bar chart is, same thing. Okay, the high, the low, the open, the close. See that? A red day, open, close. See, it went down. See, from here to here. High, low, open, close. Green day, high, low, open, close. See, the open is on the left and the close is on the right. Okay? High, low. Okay? High, low, open, close. On a red day, high, low, open, close, range. They're all the same. Okay, you don't like that? Hold on, let's back it up a little bit. Okay. Now, if you don't like that one, there's always an easier one. Okay, this one is easier. Green is up, red is down. Green is up, red is down. Green is up, red is down, up, down, up. So you have lots of different ways of reading the chart, but it's always going to be the same. There's an opening of the day, high of the day, low of the day, close of the day, and the volume and the range. Okay, whether it's going up or whether it's going down, it's all relatively simple. Try not to complicate it too much. Let's go back to style, back to here, and candle trend. There we go. Hopefully that helped you out a little bit. Uh-oh. Alrighty. What resource do you suggest? All right, we already did that one. Lorenzo, no. SPYI. Okay, I'm going to say no to that right off the top. SPYI. It's going to give me one of those SPY ones, and they don't have dividends. You know what? Let's take a look. I always say if you give me something to take a look at, I'll take a look at it. So let's take a look. SPYI. SPYI. What kind of dividends does that have? There it is right there. Now, SPYI, the price is 52 bucks. Let's go back and look at 20 years of dividends. Wait a second. This thing only has 3 years of dividends. Hell no. What are we looking at this thing? 2020. I'm not even going to bother with it. No. I don't buy anything 3 years of dividends. What the hell is that all about? All right. Dre, how much of your portfolio do you invest each week percentage-wise? Over 80%. Also, how much do you allot for each covered call? 20%. If I do 5 trades, it's 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%, 20%. That's all of the money. Okay, Rogero, Pepsi. How about PGN.V? What the hell is that? PGN.V. Dude, that's nothing there. Anytime where it says we cannot find that symbol, no. Sorry. PNG. All right, try one more time. PNG.V. PNG.V. Still can't find that one either. Doolin by up drooling. Okay. Happy Sunday. Hello. This is an income producing strategy by selling options and earning premiums. Thank you very much. You got that one. Hey, Frank. Cliffs of Mother. Yeah, no. I call it rent. Yes, they do call it rent over in Australia. You renting out your stocks. That's what they call it. Isn't that weird? Uh-oh, I got some noise over here in the peanut gallery. What do we... 5 questions. How much? Oh, boy. What do we have here? Greetings, James, United Airlines. Ooh, Mark, let's check that one out. UAL. Nice. Check that out. All right. So Mark came up with United Airlines. Let's check it out. I like the way the chart looks. Okay, here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look at this, up, down, up. Nice movement. 101.96 to 102 is going for 259. That's over 2%. Now, don't get me wrong, I get excited about 2%. And the reason being is, I don't want to be in front of my computer that long. I could, hypothetically, sit in front of my computer all day and make a whole bunch of money. But I'm not attracted to money like I was in my younger days. When you guys get in your 60s or 70s and you decide to retire, some of you want to keep working. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. I got 4 kids and then I get in-laws, and they're at that age where I like to just go down and hang out with them. Changing of the seasons. Got to have your chapstick. Let's keep on keeping on. All right, so UAL looks pretty neat. Let's take a look at the numbers. A year ago, we're at 98. End of January, we hit the high of the year, 116. We bottomed out like everything else did in TDS day, second week of April, 52. So there it is again, another 50% drop. 115 to 52, that's a 50% drop. And then it goes from 52 to 110. A 50% drop, 100% increase. Now we're at 90, and now we're here. Okay, so here's where we are. So I don't ever sell at a loss. Okay, if I bought it here, lost 50%, well, now it just doubled in price. So basically, I'm still where what? Don't sweat it. Never sell at a loss. It defeats the purpose of the game. Last 90 days. Okay, high, low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at it. Down, up, down, up. 101 shooting up. There we go. The high's right here. Okay, the low's here. We have all that space right there. Can we make it? Sure we can. Let's check it out. Could UAL be another contender? Let's find out. I gotta write it down. UAL. All right, let's check this out. All righty, let's get out of there. Let's change this to covered call, and we're currently at 101. There it is. One contract right there at the market. There we go. And here's Johnny telling what he's won. All righty, buy one covered call UAL 5 December at the market. Blah blah blah. 332, $9,000. Now I'm doing. See, some people think we're investing in stocks. Well, we kind of are and kind of not. I like to think of it as creating weekly cash producing assets. Well, because I don't look at it as if it's a stock and it goes up and goes down. No, my concern is the company consistently profitable? If they're consistently profitable, I really don't care about the stock price. I only care about the stock price if it's going down. Once she turns around and starts going back up again, I really don't care. Isn't that weird? Because I'm not buying the stock to hold on to the stock. I'm buying the stock to use it as a weekly cash producing asset. And once it's outlived its usefulness, I get rid of it and I get something else. But I get rid of it for the time being because, as we've seen a few times, hold on, we'll look at it in a minute. Remind me. Okay, so here we are. Let's see what this rate of return is. The profit's 332. The investment is 9,700. Okay, 97.68. That's 3.39. Okay, I like 3.39. But you got to like the stock, and that is always the kicker. Do you like the company? Do you believe it's someplace to put your money while you're waiting? Oh, look at this. We jumped down to 69. That's funny. All right, 3.3. And here she is. There we go. And there it is. UAL, 5 December, the 101 calls. $332 is the profit, $9,700 is the investment. That is a 3.3% for 1 week. You realize that 3.3% for 1 week, amortized throughout the year, that's over 150%. Now, I only got to hold on to it for 5 days. Jump on Monday, get out on Friday. And then next week, I do the same thing all over again. Now, you may think it's a lot of effort, but for me, it's not. It takes me 10 or 15 minutes. I jump in. Now, see, I haven't showed you this before. Hold on. Let's get rid of this. All right. 3.3 right there. 3.3. All right. Now, where are we? Where are we? Okay. So, I forget where I was going with that. Don't get old. It's not as much fun as people make it sound to be. All right. I got a lot of questions. Let's see what we got. BBWI. Eric, BBWI. Didn't we do BBWI last week? Could that be the reason why you're asking me about it? BBWI. Bath and Body Works. Nice. Okay. How's Clorox? 110Bs. Clorox is a monthly. Don't do monthlies. Where do you send out your weekly watch list? I'm a member. Well, Dan, if you're a member, DM me with the email that you used to sign up, just to make sure you're on the list. Because every Sunday night, so as soon as I'm done here, okay, as soon as I sign out at 11 o'clock, I go right to the email list and I send out a list of everything that we have found tonight and over last week, for all the stuff. Because anytime I say, oh, I like that one, I'm going to write it down, I do. I write it down. And if it still looks good, well, we jump into it. Okay? But DM me with the number you use to sign up with, because that's the address, the email address in which you will get the invite along with the stock list. So yeah, I send out a stock list of stocks that we're looking at on a weekly basis. Now, the ones you and I are looking at tonight, well, that's just what you guys want to look at. That's not what I'm buying, unless I, say I'm buying now. Now, Harley Davidson, I already own that one. Okay, fine. BBW, I already own that one too. Okay. Clorox, it is a monthly optionable stock, and I don't do monthlies. Does theta decay impact how you proceed your weekly trading? Absolutely. But I'm looking towards the theta decay because I want them to decay. Are you on Facebook? Yes, I am. Just not as much as I probably should be. Are you a financial expert? David, it really depends on how you're defining that word expert and financial expert. Okay, so what do we have over here? Simone, thank you for that. L.A. Raunchy, good evening. Connor, friend, good evening. Natural Coast. Okay, Tufan, HLI. What the hell is that? HLI. It's a monthly is what it is. Oh, it took me longer than 15 minutes to learn, but I definitely worth learning. Now, I'm assuming, M7 laws, that you're over the age of 9, because it's easy to tell a 9-year-old this is what it is. Okay, so let me see if I can explain this a little bit better. I got a sneaky suspicion I'm not really explaining it well. All right, let's go to month of December. Here we are. Wow, not much is popping up. There we go. Okay, so when I say my 9-year-old picked it up in 15 minutes. That's all it was, 15 minutes. It was a simple, ready? Here's the 5 criteria. Number 1, never buy something that's not on the list. So for my 9-year-old, it was never buy something not on the list. So I made it pretty easy for her. So when I'm talking about the list, okay, behind me is what is called an EX dividend calendar. in that calendar, it's just like a regular every other day calendar. Oh, wow. Okay, what I'm looking for is each one of these little green dots represents a company that has a dividend to pay. Now, a dividend, if you did not know, is a portion of the company's profits that they give back to the investors. And that's us. We are the investors. We buy the stock. We are entitled to a portion of the profits. Well, back here, this is the calendar. And it tells me when the companies that I like are actually paying their dividend. Now, what we're seeing is all the companies. Okay, you get 94 for Monday. 94 companies are paying dividends on Monday. Hold on, let's see if we can get this. Go there. Let's go. Nope, get out of that. Oops, right there we go. All right, here they are. See them? This is all the companies paying out on Monday. All of those 94 companies paying out a dividend on Monday. There we go. So if for my 9-year-old, simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way to lose. Rule 1, never buy something that's not on the list. So when I say not on the list, hold on 1 second. Okay. Here's the list for Monday. Now, we already said there's 10,684 stocks. Well, what are we looking at? We're only looking at companies that have a dividend. Well, look at them. That's it. CBO Weekly. I don't want that one. I don't want that list. I want that list? No, I don't want that list. That's Warren Buffett's list. All right, that's good enough. Okay, so what do we have? Coca-Cola, Lockheed Martin, McDonald's, Goldman Sachs, Halliburton, Schlumberger, Bank of America, General Motors, Novo. Okay, that's the only ones I want my 9-year-old to look at this week. Just the stocks that are coming up for consideration just this week. I don't want to look at the ones for next week, the week after, the week after, the week after. I don't want to look at those because they're not going to do me any good until next week or the week after or the week after. So I only want to look at about a dozen stocks on Monday. That's it. How many we got? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. That's it. 11 stocks for Monday. Why do I want to look at more? I'm only buying 1 or 2, maybe 3 if I'm lucky. Get in, get my profit, get out. And then next week, we'll do another one. It doesn't look like there's a lot now, but as the days go by, they announce them. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I'm not buying everything, and I'm not looking at everything. So for a 9-year-old, okay, never buy something that's not on the list. That's it right there. Okay, it's not that difficult. Once you take a look at that, you go to the charts. Okay, the chart's not that difficult either. There's the low, there's the high. It gives you the direction. Down, up, down, up, down, up. It's not that difficult. Okay? When you become an adult, you want to start to make sense of things. You want to figure out, well, why did it go here then down? I don't really care. Bottom's here, the top's there. I really don't care what happened here. Because that's history. It doesn't do anything for me. Bottom, top, great. This is what I want to concentrate on. What happened this week? What happened last week? Where does it look like it's going to go? Okay? Big difference. Top, bottom, down, over. That's it. I don't want to complicate things. For my 9-year-old daughter, simple, safe, less than 10 minutes. Let's keep on going. What else do we got? CRWD, crowdfund now. So you are selling a call without owning the shares, or do you buy them first and do a covered call? All right. El Gato Blanco. ¿Qué pasa, amigo? That definitely sounds like a Hispanic name. El Gato Blanco. Yeah, I buy the stocks first and then I sell the covered calls. It's a simple, easy strategy. Simple, easy, in, out, less. Connor. Okay, so Connor, I appreciate you being here. I really do. However, Connor, if you're going to enter into an adult conversation with an adult, number one, don't tell them how old you are. Because once you tell them that you're 15 years old, I got to say, you don't belong here. I cannot talk to you. I appreciate your honesty in your, and then the fact you want to do this. Great. But I can't talk to you. All right. Or I should say, I'm not going to talk to you. It's just inappropriate for an adult to talk to, someone under the age. Okay. If you want to invest, great. Awesome. If you want to ask questions, you're going to have your parents ask me the questions. Okay. And I feel bad about that. There's just too many bad people out there to make things bad for other people. Right? Now, I'm not one of those people. So I'm telling you right now, you're telling me you're 15? Great. Thank you for your honesty. Now you need to go away because it's inappropriate for me to have a conversation with you. So even though I'm trying to help, my intentions are good, it's not right. All right, what do we have over here? Intel. Lonnie wants to take a look at Intel. Lonnie, I'd like to see the stocks from last week. All right, Lonnie, we'll do that in a couple of seconds. First, you want to take a look at Intel? Let's do that. Right there. And which one do we want to look at next? Intel. INTC. Here we go. Oh, I'm going to say no to Intel. Who came up with this one? Lonnie? All right. Now, Lonnie, the reason why I'm saying no to Intel this week, once I explain it to you, it will make perfect sense. All right? All right. Here's the high of the year. Here's the low of the year. Here's what it was a year ago. Here's where it is now. All right? She basically went sideways, shot up, pulled back. Now she's back up again. The top is here. We're right here. Okay, it looks good. However, when you zoom in close, look what happened recently. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. The bottom is right here, 33. Okay, right now we're at 40.56. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, why am I saying this is enough for this week? Well, you ready? Here we go. 33 is the bottom right there. You know somebody bought at the bottom at 33. Well, now we're at 40.56. That's a $7 $7 increase on a $33 stock. $7 increase on a $33 stock. That is over 20%. Okay? Now, I don't know about you, but if I buy a stock and it jumps 10%, I'm jumping out and taking my profits. This thing jumped 20. Yeah, I'm not jumping in that until there's a little bit of a pullback. Then I'll jump into it again and take the ride up. John! Hey, James. Hope you're doing well. Hello from Truckee, California. Never heard of it, but hello to Truckee, California also. Jen Pinka, back again. Hello, and how are you today? Riley, we looked at BBWI a little while ago. Joe Berman, we want to take a look at Dell and STX. We'll get to that in a minute. Lonnie, we'll take a look at, I'll show you those in a little bit before we go. Starbucks, we'll take a look at that right now. How much do you pay attention to volume? You know, Sav, that's a good question. Normally, Sav, I don't pay attention to it all. Now, the reason why I say I don't pay attention to it, because almost every single stock that I invest in has more than 1 million shares that I trade on a daily basis. So once they go over 500,000, I really don't pay attention to it. But dividend stocks that have been increasing their profits for more than 2 decades, they're always over millions. All right, Lonnie wants to take a look at Starbuckies. Thanks, Billy. I kind of feel bad for the kid, you know, because my daughter was 9 years old when she wanted to learn. Now, if I knew my 9-year-old daughter was talking to a guy in his 60s online, no matter how much good intention that they had, it's just inappropriate. Sorry. Some members that became inactive or, okay, got that one, GD. All right, where were we? Twisted pasta. All right. What's my thought on BE? We did that one. Hello, it's Kevin. Oh, Adam. I haven't forgotten about you, Adam. He's got a question. All right, twisted pasta. Okay. Where were we? Where were we? Holy cow! I missed all these questions. All right, so we're gonna go through these a little bit quicker. Okay, Lonnie wants to take a look at Starbucks. We're gonna take a look at Starbucks, and then we're gonna jump right on over to the questions because we're running out of time. It is Sunday night, which means the market opens up tomorrow. I'm kind of curious what's going to happen. Okay. Gelaria, we already looked at Harley Davidson, HOG. Conagra, we're not doing Conagra anymore. Sorry, Jarf. And the reason we're not doing Conagra anymore, CAG. Now, here's the reason we're not doing Conagra anymore. Who is that? Jarf, you ready? Okay, here's the top. Here's the bottom. Look at this. It's like perfect. The top drops. Now it's bouncing up. That's awesome. You know it's not awesome, Jarf? Take a look at this. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. All these premiums are 0. So if you are wrong, you get absolutely nothing. You got to be 100% right with Conagra, and it doesn't always happen that way. Let's take a look at Dell for a second. Whoops. Get out of there, Dell. Dell. Now take a look at Dell. 360, 260, 180, 114. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 strikes out of the money, and I'm still making over $1 per share. I'm terribly sorry. Conagra might be a great company. It might be a great opportunity to jump in and make some money, but it's not that good for covered calls because the numbers just don't look that good. Sorry. Now, Jennifer, we already looked at Harley Davidson. BBWI, we already looked at that one. Well, Dell looks pretty good. Here's the top, bottom, where it is. Look at this, down, up, 133. The 133s are going for 310. Hell yeah. Let's take a look at that one. That will be the last one we look at, more than likely. 132. Okay, so the 132s. Right there, 132s, right there. 1 is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. 2 can be as bad as 1. It's the loneliest. Bye, Dell. 1 covered call. 5 December. 132. 412 is the profit. 12 G's is the investment. What kind of rate of return is that? 412 divided by the investment of $12,788, grand total of 3.2. Well, I like 3.2. 3.2 for 1 week is pretty damn good if you think about it. Think about it. 3% a week. Now, what is it that you're looking for? That should always be the number one question. My goal is to spend more time with my friends and family. Hang out, do a lot of nothing. Rest and relax. My first job was in 1974. I worked 5 decades before I said, nah, I had enough. But, I still work once in a while. All right, so 3.2%. I can do that. Here it is. 3.2. What do we got? Dell. 5 December. 132 call option. 412. 12,000 is the investment. Think about it. Anytime you get a cash producing asset, it's going to cost you X amount of dollars. You buy the house next door, 300, 400, 500,000, whatever it is. You're going to get monthly income from that. Let's say you have a boat business. You buy boats and you rent them out. Well, it's going to cost you X amount of dollars to buy one of those boats, and you're going to get a return on a weekly basis or daily basis. Okay, depends if you get a business. If you buy a business, laundromat, you get a couple of $100,000, and it's going to give you a couple $100 a week or a month or a day, whatever. Every investment has some type of money that you have to put forward and some kind of rate of return. Well, 3.2% for 1 week for doing almost nothing. What am I doing? I'm looking for good quality companies. I'm looking at them as they're bouncing off the 30-day bottom if the numbers work. And I like the company. Always got to throw that one in there. Always a kink in the armor somewhere. Do I like this company? Well, I love Dell. I love the numbers on Dell. Look at this. I can be 7 strikes out of the money and still make money on Dell. All right, next. And what did we say this one was? What? 3.2. 3.2. Now, I know somebody wanted to take a look. Who was it? Okay, Lonnie. Lonnie, you remember? Okay, ready? Here we go, Lonnie. Here we go. Last week. Here we go, Lonnie. Last week we had Nike, Dow, Visa, Kohl's, American Airlines, TPR. I have no idea what that was. Hewlett Packard, Schlumberger, Alcoa, HL. Oh, I don't know what that one is. Harley Davidson, Intel, Hewlett Packard again, BMNR, Dell again, Wolf, what is it? LRCX, XPEV. I have no idea what that one is. Mara, Riot, TSLL, BA, that's Boeing, OKTA, IREN, TSLL, whoops, AAL, American Airlines, Lyft, Soundhound, Lowe's, NEM, Advanced Auto Parts, BX, Blackstone, SMR, Harley Davidson, Schwab, ConocoPhillips, Dell, and United Airlines. Wait a minute, that's this week. That's this week. That's last week. All right. Yeah, I got to slowly get rid of some of these things. I have some over here too. This is from 2 weeks ago. And there we go. And we go. And there we go. All right. Anytime it does that, I just got to go backwards. All right. So that being that, and how much do you pay attention to volume? Not at all. Okay, Lonnie, Starbucks. Let's take a look at Starbuckies. Starbucks is going to be the last one we look at. Then we'll look at some more questions. SBUX. Here we go. All right. High, low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up, down, sideways. We're at 87.11. The 87s are going for 132. That works if you like that company. Well, let's take a look at the numbers. The high of, wait a minute, a year ago, we're at 101. High of the year was the beginning of March. Low of the year was the end of April. 72. 75.22. Shoots up, pulls back. Now we're going sideways. We're sitting at 87.11. Look at the last 90 days. Basically going sideways between here and here. Just sideways. That's about it. 87.11 last 30 days. What does that look like? Okay. Here's your last 30 days. High, low. Where was it? Where is it? Down, up, down, up. Okay. You get the high right here. The bottom there. We have all that space. Not a lot, but is it enough? Because we're at 87. 1% of 87 is 87. It's only like $1. So we're going to go to 88, maybe. That's your 1% right there. The top is right there. That's pretty close if, that's the game you want to play. All right, so let's get comfy and let's do some questions. Apple user, NAT. I have no idea what NAT is. None whatsoever. NAT. Oh, that's a hell knows what that is. Who came up with that one? Apple user. Yeah, NAT. It's a monthly. I don't do monthlies. What's the name of the dividend calendar? Kevin, that dividend calendar comes with Thinkorswim. So I really don't know the actual name of it, but you could probably get one on go to Google, put in dividend calendar. Would you be willing to explain how to look at the Greeks before you make a trade? No,